knock him out.
It could.
Otherwise, definitely. Kevin Rourke, Thomas Neal, pretty close around there. They could point their way in if we don't have a surprise winner. So
we'll get that graphic up. First things we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and make sure we're live on YouTube. There we go. Then we're going to go over our grid real quick. Let me get this thing going for you. As always, of course, this is brought to you by Davis Brothers Roofing. So we got first Daniel Simmons starting us off. If they pole position, a fantastic time there, 46.868. Josh Ward starting on the outside. Row 2, Jarrett Phillips inside of Matt Gaskins. Row 3, Charles Eaton and Jamie Knopf. Row 4, Troy Hutchinson and Raymond Root. Raymond battling some sickness today, so hopefully he can do well and get out of here. Devin Medeiros in 9th. Donnie Gatton starting in 10th position. In 11th, Zach Rinker on his outside. It's going to be Matt Baker. Took a couple weeks off, but he is back. Alan Henson's going to be inside row 7. Marty Roberts on his outside. Steve Dardarius starting 15th. 16th is Warren Young, followed by Barrett Coffey in row 9. Lauren Jones on the outside. Lauren made his way into the playoffs last week. Fantastic race on his end. Joe Stafford, never count him out. He's got a couple wins under his belt, so he's in row 10 inside of Rob Tracy. 22 is going to be Chad Sanner. You guys cycle through. There we go. 22 is going to be Chad Sanner with Kavaja Holt. Haven't heard that name in a while. Kavaja on the inside. Robert Nestor behind him. Let's see if I can find everybody.
This next row, that's what I'm excited for. Mention that points battle. Yeah, starting right next to each other.
Thomas Neal and Randy Spivey. I don't know why I can't find these guys. There he is, Randy Spivey. And of course, Austin Story, Ryan Samuelson, Chris Claude, Seba Cornez, Jeff O'Rourke, all them guys. Full field here today. Derek Jacobs, Kevin Rourke, John S. Bawalda, Tony Burke, Corey Stansel, Adam Williams, and Nicholas Breidenbach. So it should be a really fun race here, folks. We're going to take them around one more time. Just make sure we get all that taken care of, as we are going to be ready to rock here. So now that you've seen everything, you've seen the points, I myself, my money is on someone new today. I think we're going to have a really fun race. It's going to be a hard time for somebody to come in and break into the playoffs, but I think it can happen.
Yeah, I don't know what to expect here. Daytona could go honestly either way. These guys could get to drafting. It could single file out a bit, and you could see a little choo-choo train like you do sometimes in the Cup Series. But once you get a run going, you get a lane going, enough momentum, you're gonna have to make that call on whether or not you jump out of line, and it's gonna work out for somebody.
Yeah, definitely. With this package, it's such a fun package because you can really use that side draft, that high arrow, drag that car back, and you can't get away from it too. The draft is 6 miles long, so should be a good time. We'll go ahead.
It's gonna be a blast. These guys doubled up coming through the final turns. Pace car's gonna make that hard left turn. Oh, man, I'm just so excited. I'm almost at a loss for words. We haven't taken the green yet.
No, we haven't. There we go. Pace car is going to come in. Daniel Simon's going to start. Green flag is flown. Daniel Simons, Josh Ward, Matt Gaskins, your top 3.
Guys already moving around, trying to get into the preferred lane. The bottom lane a little bit more formed up right now.
Yeah, bottom lane working for him. Everybody bound back, trying to find themselves in a position to just kind of hang out, let this race work itself out. You got a long race here,
Yeah,
lap
200
one.
miles. That is no joke here at Daytona. We're going to see pit stops happen. If it happens under green, that's going to be another factor as there's a little bit of contact. The cars try to get down into the bottom lane. The 69, with a good save there, keeping it straight. Move up top here.
Yeah, and that's 69. That's Raymond Root, Mr. Five-time, won 5 races here in the Sunday Night NASCAR Series, looking to overcome some sickness and make something happen here, as they're a lot more spread out than I expected them to be.
What could be a better remedy than winning at Daytona in the final race before the playoffs?
Definitely, as we're going to be watching here as they're going to get going. Look at Josh Ward in the 63 trying to make that outside line work up front. Just getting
Big
stuck.
run from the big run for the inside there. A little side draft, kind of got some space between the 69 of RJ Root and is that the 81? Can I'm learning, guys.
So that is the behind him. Maybe that's
Is that the
Jared
18?
Phillips.
No.
Unless you're talking about Jamie Knopf in that 18 vehicle.
Yeah, that's who it is.
1 second, folks.
Pretty calm so far throughout the race. These guys are getting single filed out. They know they've got 77 laps to go this time around, so not a major rush to get up front. The last lap is the money lap, so these guys just hanging out. Everybody's kind of on the same page, and just as I say that, we've got the 69 RJ Root making a move on the outside. Let's see if Jamie Knopf goes up to help him. Still side by side. The top two are going to get about a 5-6 car length gap. 69 RJ Root falling back now. No help up top. It's like about 10 cars have broken away. One straggler in between to the next pack where we've got another side-by-side battle going on.
And folks, I'd like to apologize. I got to fix something quick on my end. While you're seeing that sound screen, I get y'all some
Technical
audio.
difficulties. It's all right though.
There we go. And you guys can hear cars as they come around. My apologies for that, folks.
We do love the sound of race cars. We've got a lapped car up on top. Looks like he's going to stay to the top, out of the way. So let's see how that affects those other two cars that are... Oh, they're going to check up a little bit and try to get around this guy safely. Like I said, it is early. There's not a whole lot of reason to take unnecessary risks. I'm sure the guys in the playoffs here are plenty fine, just chilling for the next probably 50 laps or so. As I say that, we're double wide on the outside. Big push from the we gotten back there yet.
It's Donnie Gatton in the number 9 car pushing Raymond Root in that 69, trying to get a top line formed. Raymond's going to bail, go to the bottom with Donnie. That's how that's going to work out, is we're just going to have a bottom line train coming. See if anybody decides to pull out. So that's the number 1 car, Zach Brinker.
I think the outside could work well if people got together and you know worked at it. I think it could work with the momentum, but there's just not a lot of takers right now. Not a lot of people willing to give it a proper go, and the inside line is just hooked up right now. You see them get a little bit of separation from the cars in front with the side draft. They get a little squirrely when you got cars right in front of you, right behind you. Not a lot of air on them. As the track temperature cools, that might get a little bit better, but I don't know. It's still Daytona. It's still kind of a tight track. Never fun to be squirrely.
Not at all, as we saw Kyle Busch have that issue with his ride in Daytona. side by side. Fantastic drivers. You guys, if you want a lane to develop at Daytona or any super speedway in this package, you have to have the side draft down. That's the big thing. Is we've got Marty Roberts Jr. Sorry, Donnie Gatton trying to look on that outside again. Trying to get up besides Marty Roberts Jr. Raymond Root going to pop out and see if he's got anything going there. He does not. We are back.
These guys just aren't jumping up to the outside in a big fashion yet. Oh, we got a little bit of squirreliness going on there. Almost got 3 wide, but they checked up, saved it. Now you see that 8 car give it a good push to the 41 of Hinson. Warren Young in the 8. Pushed about 3-4 car lengths there.
And so to focus on, Adam Williams, we got a crash.
Oh.
See if anything happens of it. It's Adam Williams.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna stay stopped on the inside while the field goes by. I'm not sure if that's gonna bring out a caution or if he's gonna get her back going here. Nope, he resets, it looks like.
Yeah, he
back to the pits.
Well, let's see what happened. For Adam Williams.
Oh, whatever happened before that. It's
I think he just stopped. I don't see any damage on that car, do you?
Looks pretty clean to me. I'll give it a once over here.
He does a donut. Trying to stop the field there. It didn't work. Going to keep going here.
Yeah, he's got a pretty clean race car there. I'm not sure if maybe something happened that I wasn't able to see with my replay there, but unfortunate for him. It's going to put him a couple laps down.
You're watching. You have that first group developing all the way back to the 27th car of Jeff O'Rourke, but then Derek Jacobs is leading the race behind. Trying to play it out, see what's going to happen here. As they have the possibility to run green, so you really got to watch what you're doing. But we got Derek Jacobs, Benjamin Hart, and Nicholas Pride back there.
Yeah, unless those guys get formed up back there, they're banking on having at least a couple of yellows, and they just want to stay out of it.
Going to take a quick break. Take a quick ad break. Show you guys who supports this broadcast. I know we all appreciate the watchers. We appreciate you guys tuning in live here, watching these guys race. Let us know in the chat who you are talking, or man, all over.
What are you pulling for, boys?
Yeah, who are you pulling for?
we got action at Daytona here in the Sunday Night NASCAR series.
Definitely. So let us know. Be sure to like the stream, get it out there to all your folks. As we will be right back, we're gonna go ahead and go over some commercials about these folks that support Sunday Night NASCAR and SRM. Stick around.
You know that guy? The one who, just minutes before the green flag, keys up his mic and asks, "Anybody got a setup?" Well, this is him. This is Adam. And Adam needs some help. This, on the other hand, is Steve. Steve is a solid racer, and he knows his way around the garage. Steve's problem is time. With a job and a family, he can't find enough time to build competitive setups and to race as often as he likes. But Steve knows a secret. Steve lets our crew chiefs do the setup work so he can focus on the racing. At majorsgarage.com, Steve can get setups for over 50 cars on the iRacing service, so no matter what series he wants to jump into, he is covered. Somebody really should tell Adam.
Hey guys, Will Canterbury from Enville Insurance Group. Thank you so much for coming to our website. We are your one-stop shop for anything insurance: homes, autos, boats, motorcycles, renters insurance, life insurance. If you are a business owner or you're a decision maker for a business, we are commercial insurance experts. Not only that, we are independent, which means we have most any carrier that you can think of. We can shop that for you, so you don't have to waste your time to talk to 5 or 6 different agents to get 5 or 6 different quotes to make sure that you are getting the best options. We can do all that for you. So give us a call, 615-505-1011, and we will be more than happy to help. We're Enville Insurance Group, located in Middle Tennessee. Give us a shout.
Davis Brothers has been providing homeowners and businesses with exceptional roofing services since 1983. From repairing roofs on small homes to installing new roofs on large commercial retailers, no job is too big or too small. Your home is an important part of your life, and your roof is an essential part of your home. We understand that. Whether you're inspecting, repairing, or replacing your roof, we'll treat your home like it's our very own. Low slope, steep slope, big or small, it doesn't matter, we do them all. And remember, we have the capabilities and the manpower to take on any size job. When it comes to your roof, it's important to be proactive. Choose an experienced roofer you can trust. At Davis Brothers Roofing, we are your experienced roofer. Contact us today for a consultation and let us earn your trust.
All right, folks, we are back in your Davis Brothers Roofing 200 here at Daytona International Speedway. We were talking during the break about this side drafting. Go ahead, and I liked your take. I liked your take on it. You know, you've been racing a lot of officials this week. Why don't you tell me what you learned in the officials race?
Well, I mean, it's a lot tougher to get up on somebody in these cars. You know, the Xfinity cars, you can get right up on somebody, you can kind of push through them. But here, it's tougher to do that. The leader's almost got to drag it back up to you so that you can get a little bit closer to him and push him harder. It's almost got that bubble that we used to see in the early days of the Gen 6 cars, and you just got to work that bubble. Some guys have found if you move up a little bit higher, you can kind of take some of the resistance off. I haven't personally been able to make it work, but we see an outside lane starting to form towards the back of this pack here. It looks like, not totally sure who that is yet. I'm a newbie. Yeah, it could be Donnie Gatton on the outside of the big push. Just like I was talking about, he's backed up a little bit to the 63 there, and sorry, I'm looking at a little bit different screen than you guys are, but there's a little bit of a run trying to get formed up there. Up front, not a whole lot has actually changed. We've still got Daniel Simmons rocking in the lead. I think he's led every lap so far. He started on the pole. Second place is Matt Gaskins. He started up second place, he started fourth. He got down to the bottom early on, made a quick move, and hasn't looked back. Charles Eaton, the 75, he's up in third place. I know that's been a pretty racy spot, or at least it was early on. He started fifth in the race, has gained a few positions. We've got Jamie Knopf behind him, a pretty nice looking 18, I'd say.
Yeah, I was
looking
noticing
at the number for the iRacing here, but
I was
kind of reminds me of a late model style. Few of the people offended by the moving the numbers. Woo-hoo. No, I'm kidding.
Where do you stand on that?
I don't know. My guy's driven the monster car for years, so I kind of know him as the monster car. He's I don't think it's
Okay.
going to make much of a difference. I think when the cars are on the track, you're going to be excited by the product.
Change is hard and scary, but I think we can get through it.
That's for sure. And there's a lot of change happening in NASCAR right now, so it's a good time. We can keep
Definitely.
rocking through the field here. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. I was going to mention Matt Gaskin's own shout out to his Nuka-Cola Ford machine. So we can get a good look at that paint.
Oh yeah.
This is the second Fallout reference vehicle I've seen this week, believe it or not. That Nuka-Cola type paint there that we really can't see. Hopefully we get to focus on that later. But yeah, go ahead and continue with that. Rolling through as we were single file, not a better time, as I think you were on Troy Hutchinson.
Yeah, Troy Hutchinson rocking the 14 car, sitting in 5th place. He started 7th. He's moved a few spots up. That seems to be a common deal. Maybe a couple of guys wanted to drop to the back who started 2nd or 3rd. Yeah, we're sorry about that. We got Kevin Medeiros, number 20. What's that? Fury on that Chevy. Rocking P number 6. He started 9th. He's been able to gain a few spots. The big gainer so far out of this top 10, or one of them, I should say, is actually Marty Roberts in the rocking, the 55 car. He's started 14th. He's gained 7 spots, puts himself up into 7th, and he's chilling here, looking for a good day. What's that? Ray Root behind him, rocking the 69 car. Just sitting there in 8th. He started 8th. He was racy early on. He was making some moves happen. I know he was one trying to make that outside lane work. It didn't happen. He found himself back in 8th. Slotted back in line. Another big gainer right behind him is actually going to be Warren Young. Started 16th on the field. Has gained 7 spots. Now he's got himself into the top 10, running 9th. And to round out our top 10, we got our Bullet Bill, Zach Rinker, the one. He's not really bulleted his way through too many cars. He's sitting in 10th place after starting 11th. So maybe towards the end of the race, he's gonna light that fuse on the back of the car and get to bulleting up to the front. These guys are still sitting single file. You think it's kind of, relaxed at this point. But we're 24 laps into a run, coming to finish the 24th lap. These tires are not happy. These guys are sliding around. They're not getting a lot of air on the front of the car either, so that's definitely affecting the handling as you see these guys moving up, getting a little bit squirrely as they bounce through the corners. It's a tight track. It's a plate race for sure, but handling is... I mean, even with these setups that these guys have on, I know there's a lot of work that you can do to them to, kind of get rid of some of that tire fall off late in the run, but there's also just as much that you can do to it to make it faster and maybe have to deal with a little bit more sliding. It's an interesting concept when you look at it from that standpoint, and looks like we've got some guys that are coming off of pit road. I don't know if they're trying to maybe split this as a 2-stop race, pit on 25 both times. I don't know what the fuel mileage is on these cars, if they can get to halfway without a pit stop. If they could, obviously that opens the door for a 1-stop race, and a caution would change everything. But it'll be interesting to see the doors of the strategy doors open as more cars start to pit.
Yeah, and definitely, like, a lot of people have different strategies as well. So looking at our playoff picture here, Steve Dardarius is who we're really watching. Steve is here in 11th position right now. So Steve has to do 30 positions better than Kevin Rourke to make it here. So he's pretty much in, barring something. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, I was going to say he's just got to keep doing what he's doing.
Yeah, Randy Spivey, however.
Oh, pit stops here.
Oh, some surprise pit stops.
Here comes The 75, 69, the one, and red car in the back. I can't see a number on that, but we've got four guys, two Fords at least, one Chevy coming and making a pit stop. You got the 81 back there, Ryan Samuelson, Zach Rinker on pit road. Interesting to see that. We're gonna have
That's Field Filler. Field Filler coming in. Field Filler Racing. I know we got a fan for them in the chat. And now Steve Dardarius. Everybody else deciding to come in as well.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look, see here who's else gonna come down pit road, coming up off of turn number 4 from the lead. We've got Daniel Simmons. Most of the top 5 is coming. Everybody's coming. We got a couple of guys staying out. The field probably split, maybe 10, 12 cars coming to pit road. Guys are gonna split it. It's a 2-stopper.
Watch.
I'd imagine tires are getting. Sorry.
No, you're fine, man. Just watch these guys. Make sure. As we got a little bit of contact down pit road, everybody trying to make it into their box. That's
backing up into their box. The 20 car. Yeah, he's I mean, nobody wants to have that happen to him, but if he wanted to potentially try to win his way in, win a race, or get himself a Daytona victory, that's a tough way to do it. This is a guy flying into pit road, big lockup. He's gonna have to take 4 tires. I think he got slowed down though. Who is that?
That's Barrett Coffee, and I think looking at that, I think he made it in.
Yeah.
We got another issue in the pits.
Oh. Yeah. He missed his box a little bit there. I don't know if there was some contact.
This is a very unfortunate. You don't want anything to happen on pit road, as that is a super bad place, especially here at Daytona, because they're not going to throw nothing for that. As Kevin Rourke has been the only driver to stay out, he's going to let go of the traffic and come in right now. That's going to give Raymond Root and Zach Rinker the lead. We'll see where they're going to catch our leaders.
Yeah, how's everything going to cycle out here? Things are a bit more spread out now with these pit stops, so that'll be interesting to see how the pack forms back together. Big run here on the outside, though. Is that for the lead?
Yeah, that's Raymond Root and Zach Rinker. These guys are going to be your 1 and 2. They last pitted lap 26. First cars to come in, first ones out, as they lost Ryan Samuelson. Came in with him. He's fallen back to 10th position.
Wow, that is indeed a big jump. We've got race leader Ray Root being pushed by the Bullet Bill. There he is. He made us way up front. I said it was going to take a little bit of time, but these guys actually have quite a gap on the next few. 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds separate them from Daniel Simmons, the man who led almost every lap in this race before up until pit stops. So it'll be interesting to see those guys. That's just the 2-car tandem. So maybe when these cars that are behind them, it looks like we've got 3, 4, 5 within a second of each other, maybe 6, maybe more. We could probably, for a little bit of a lap car almost come down on the leader there. The 10 maybe has some right side damage, cars driving right. I don't know.
Yeah, that's Chris Claude. Chris Claude coming down, and Zach Rinker and Daniel Simmons. Where is Ryan? Where did the second place of Raymond Root go? There he is. He got first. They're trying to pick up every lap car that they can, because behind him, Daniel Simmons is leading the charge with Matt Gaskin, Troy Hutchinson, Charles Eaton, Ryan Samuelson, Joe Stafford, Lauren Jones, and Austin Story there. Absolutely trying to get up to the leader, and I think they've got it. They've got a little bit quicker lap times. These guys,
this 2-car tandem for the lead is about to become a 12-car pack for the lead.
Yeah, just going to figure out where they're going to go.
Yeah. This is going to get dicey. This is 30 laps into the race here. We haven't had a caution yet, so guys might be starting to think this could go green all the way. This is going to amplify any mistake you make. Is a little bit of 3-wide action here going through turn 1. I'm not sure if they just had that big of a run coming up on Daniel Simmons in the other car with the pack coming behind the tandem, but just blew their doors off, and now it's a race. There's less than 3 seconds separating the leader from who's that at third now?
Matt Gaskins.
From Gaskins.
Yeah, and so bringing this up, I want to go ahead and bring up your truck standings. The cup standings to get that back up. Randy Spivey has to have a good race here. He's got he's in the good by 10 points right now. He is running 21st right now, but Kevin Rourke is who he's got to worry about. Kevin himself.
We got Thomas Neal is 1 point behind Kevin.
Yeah, Thomas Neal. Both of those guys a lap down, so in good spots right now. They are in a must. They got to get their lap back. Really hoping for a caution here and possibly a wave around or something. Got to find a way to get back in this thing. As Steve Dardarius and Randy Spivey are just kind of probably hanging out, trying to be as safe as possible.
Steve's in the good right now. He's sitting 18th. It's not the greatest day for him, but he's just got to bring this thing home. There's a lot of time left in this thing. We still haven't hit halfway. We've got over 100 miles left in this race. A lot can happen at Daytona, but he's just got to kind of keep his head on his shoulders, keep doing what he's doing, click away these laps, make it to the end. He's not really in a risk of losing. I mean, unless Randy Spivey gets a good enough gap on him and somebody else wins. He's not really... Anything can happen in these races, and anything can happen in Sunday Night NASCAR. It's statistically, I'm going to say one thing, and let's just hope that's not the kibosh. I think Steve's got himself a pretty good chance of getting in the playoffs, but who knows?
Well, and that, throwing a wrench in that, it could be, Matthew Gaskins right now sitting in third. He could win and lock himself in the playoffs and kick Randy Spivey out of that. So Randy Spivey is just hoping that Raymond Root can stay up front here, or any of these guys that have wins or are already in the playoffs, because there's another one, a lot of people up there could ruin his day if they get in and win this thing. But now we're looking at Matt Gaskin. He's the one who has the biggest chance. He's been leading. He's been up front. We'll see that moving forward there.
I believe I'm showing Randy Spivey running 19th right now. So honestly, his best bet is to try to finish as far ahead of Steve Dardarius as he possibly can. Because if he does gain those 20 points, he's not at risk of being bumped.
Exactly. So he's got to push. Good eye there. So going through what we're seeing, Steve Dardarius just came down pit road.
Yeah, that's. Yeah, I just had to open my big fat mouth. Here he is having an issue of sorts. Just after I said I felt like confident in his chances here, and he's now going to be one lap down.
Probably stop and go. From what it looks like, he is still in pit road.
Did he potentially speed on pit road?
Possibly.
I don't see anything from race control as to where he would have gotten a penalty of sorts. So he must have sped on pit road or had some sort of issue in that sense.
Yeah, he's been in the pits for 2 minutes and 35 seconds, so something unfortunate happened there. That's huge.
Yeah. Do you have any disconnecting issues, or? Yeah, I don't see anything like that. That is huge.
As
He's 2 down now. He's coming to be 3 down. That's very unfortunate for Steve Dardarius. I feel terrible that I ever said anything. This could be exactly what Randy Spivey needs, though. He's currently 18th. That's 15 spots in front of him. If he gains 5 more spots, they'd be tied for the spot. 1 more after that is going to get him into that, get him out of that bump spot. Of course, we still have a lot of things to play out. We could get ourselves a surprise winner, like you said, Matt Gaskins there in third. He wants to win this race. He wants to spoil it and make the playoffs. It's going to be a wild one. We got we're coming to halfway in a couple laps. We got a couple lapped cars. This pack has caught the leaders, but they're still behind them right now. It's I guess I kind of expected them to get their doors blown off. It didn't quite happen. These guys hanging out. That Nuka-Cola car sitting in fourth, having himself a time. Troy Hutchison.
This is very exciting as we're about halfway. Next lap will be running through here. I think right now we're going to go ahead and go to a turn it up. Go ahead and crank those tablets, those phones, whatever you got going on. We'll do the same over here.
Yeah.
Of course, this is brought to you by Timeless Designs. Check them out, Facebook, and all that good stuff. And a lot of cars going to the outside. So we're going to go on board with Raymond Root. We're going to be running through the field. So turn it up.
No.
All right, folks, absolutely huge wreck here as we were in our Turn It Up segment. As always, if you want a yellow, that's what you need to do. Go to a Turn It Up. As we got Randy Spivey involved. Randy trying to hold off those positions and make it up. Let's see what happened.
Yeah, terrible deal for him trying to make the playoffs here. We're going to get a look at the replay here. I'm struggling to look at it myself, so right here with you guys. Looks like the 7 maybe wasn't clear. I don't know if he was coming down trying to take that bottom lane, but unfortunately he wasn't clear. He comes across the nose of the 22 Randy Spivey. He's got some front end damage. I don't know how bad that's going to be. He's definitely going to have to take some time to repair that, but he might be able to get out. Definitely going to be able to continue the race, maybe gain some spots if more chaos ensues. We are less than halfway now, but wow, that's an unfortunate deal. 2 playoff guys that we have talked about have now had issues, and I feel like I should just probably stop speaking, but I'm not going to because this is too much fun. This has been wild racing we've seen. Yeah, 7 just coming down for a hole that wasn't there. It's unfortunate. A bump to the back of Randy Spivey from a blue car or a yellow car. I'm sorry. 23. We got Skull Bandit trying to save it, coming up off of 2. That was a good save there if you got it.
Who was it?
The Skull Bandit car. I think it was the 25. I'm not 100% familiar with everybody here yet. We'll hopefully be a little bit more in tune the next few weeks here.
As we'll go on board with Randy Spivey, see what he saw.
That Skull car might have had a little bit more trouble down the back straightaway. We'll maybe see if we can see. Well, you can't make it from here. That much is for sure.
There it is, Randy Spivey getting into the left quarter of that number 7 car of Derek Jacobs. Super unfortunate. Just trying to wheel and save that thing. That's a 28 Skull car, 28 of Benjamin Harp.
28. My bad. I see him here, Benjamin Harp, with a little bit of right side damage. I'm looking back at the pit stops here. Most every lead lap car came in this time. You still can't make it from here. So this probably is not going to be a move to get to the end of the race. You got 34 laps to go. And we were hearing from the field filler guys, you probably get about 30 laps of tank in the draft. But if you're leading the race, you're going to be using up more fuel, less resistance, or more resistance rather, on the front of your car. You're going to be using more fuel, pushing that gas down all the way. So, it'll be interesting to see how it shakes out. Looks like the 69 is going to hold on to the lead. His teammate, Zach Rinker, in second with him. Are they doubling up now?
Yeah, pace lights are off.
Yeah, well, Daytona cautions are pretty quick now. Yeah, guess we thoroughly analyzed, or tried to, at least, that crash, so kept the fans entertained. Appreciate everybody who's tuning in tonight. It's been a blast to have a Daytona race here we can talk about, sit and hang out for, and having a blast. I hope you guys are too here in the chat. Drop some love for your favorite driver here, and let's see who gets this W. We got a restart coming up here. There's going to be 30 laps to go. And well, if you thought it was intense before, it's going to be intense. These guys might even be thinking, one more caution, I could make it. No overtime. I think overtime would be tough, but 30 laps to go on the restart. You've run 2 caution laps on a brand new tank of gas. Pace car is in. We're ready for this restart, boys. Green flag in the air. A big jump for Root in the 69. Looks like the one of Rinker's going to be able to get down in behind him. No problem as they spread out just a little bit. Third place is going to stay in the hands of that Nuka-Cola car. Yeah, a little bit further back. They stay side by side.
Everybody
Trying to
getting-
fall in line. Trying to get that perfect spot.
Lauren Jones already locked in. He's going to stick to that high side with the 63 of Josh Ward.
Look at how close they are. They're about a foot off of each other. Even those guys on the inside, they got almost a car length between. You know, not enough space to be able to jump down in between a car, but enough as to where you can't quite get up there. Those guys had that down the back straightaway. And look at the spots that they're gaining. That is a huge run on the outside. These guys are figuring it out. They're making it work. I hope other people are watching this. Look at how close they are. They're not hitting. They're 6 inches apart. They're maybe a foot apart. These guys are pushing the crap out of each other, and this is a big run on the outside.
Lauren Jones bringing it on the outside
little
with Josh
swirly.
Ward with them yellow flag. We got
Caution has
Rick
just come out again. Caution down the back straightaway. That's a big one. We got 5-6 cars involved. Looks like Randy Spivey, another problem for him. He's going to be caught up in this one. Looking back, we've also got guys like John Bowalda Jr., Chad Sanders slow, Kevin Rourke. He's a guy, I thought he was a guy who could have potentially gone into the playoffs, but I was maybe thinking another name.
Seven car again.
Yeah,
Involved
Kevin
in
Rourke.
that.
Kevin Rourke was 8 points out. He was 10 points here, or yeah, 8 points rather behind Randy Spivey. So another points hopeful having an issue here. Steve Dardaris had to come into the pits. He's lost multiple laps. Randy Spivey has been in the last 2 cautions. What a vicious impact! That 10 car got air.
Risk.
Wow,
Claude.
that's tough to see for Chris Claude. And a little more contact here coming up off. The 2 car was out of control. The 7 also involved in his second accident of the night. That's unfortunate for him. I don't really know what he could have done in this situation. Sorry, it looked like the wreck was avoided for the most part, and the 2 car was still just out of control. It came up across the track and hit him. That happened towards the back of the pack, but that's a decent sized crash. Now it's going to be interesting here. Who's going to pit? Are we going to see anybody pit? We've got guys running on the bottom, maybe trying to save fuel. You can definitely make it from here.
Yeah, I think if you
Nobody's pitting. I don't.
Josh Ward, Alan Henson, Troy Hutchinson decided to come in. Rob Tracy.
A couple guys did pit towards the back. Maybe they're banking on overtime. I mean, this is the call if we're going to have overtime.
Yeah,
But-
you can. And the thing is, you can, if you pit here per NASCAR rules, these guys that did not pit, Raymond Roon, Zach Rinker, Lauren Jones up top. Lauren Jones doing a huge run that time, getting up 15 positions from the start. But if these guys that came into pit, my play, I would come in, come out, run that lap, and they have the option to come back in and get fuel on the last, the second lap around. So it should be a fun one here, folks, as that's the play. Alan Henson trying to work his way in, putting that back up there. Steve Dardarius, Randy Spivey, Randy has some damage. He's going to try and get out there and run, but Steve Dardarius has been in the pits for about 20 minutes.
And
Down 30 spots.
Zach Rinker make it in with a win, or
Zach Rinker, I believe.
I'm not sure who's all eligible as of right now in the top 30 yet. Only
Believe
seen
not.
he can't make it. All right, well, so he's probably not going to want to try too hard to pass his teammate here. He could help his teammate get some more playoff points as they jump in. I mean, he's already got himself 25 playoff points. That's more than anybody has yet. Talking about RJ Root, the 69. Yeah, let's see if anybody comes in here. If the pits are open, could be a good call to. Leaders are staying out. Now pits look to be closed.
Yeah, pits
lot
are
of
closed
cars
for
are-
them. Those guys that came in last lap can come in. Daniel Simmons deciding to go ahead and top off that extra lap of fuel. They're allowed
Not
to
a
do
bad
that.
call. Anybody can make it from here, but if we get overtime, that's 3-4 caution laps you got to run in addition to 2 laps at full throttle. So, I think it's a good call to make the pit stop here. If it doesn't if we don't get another caution, which I see that being unlikely, just given the fact that it's Daytona under the lights. Cautions breed cautions. We're coming to 20 to go pretty quick here. It's gonna go one way or the other. That's as generic as a statement as I can say.
Definitely. Let's go ahead and bring in the 59 of Chad Sanner real quick.
Yeah, let's speak with the man.
Actually, we'll bring him in after they go green. There we go. That's what we'll do.
Bring him in under green?
Yes, he's
Ooh.
rigged out.
Oh, he's out of the race. Okay.
Yep. So we'll get him out the infield care center with 25 laps to go. Once we go green, it's a shootout here, folks.
Yeah, boys, here we go. 25 laps. That's going to be like 62 and a half miles. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty of this thing. And we've seen that the outside can work. Lord Jones with a huge push. I don't even remember who from, but a huge push on the outside. I think the 63 car was up there giving a good push. I might be wrong. Unless he was the one who come into pit, Josh Ward. Well, it looks like we got 25 cars on the lead lap. Pace car is going to pull in. Zach Rinker and RJ Root on the front row. Root leads. And to the bottom of the track goes the 79 car. He's going to try to get down in there. Didn't happen. Didn't get behind or didn't get next to Rinker. He was trying to potentially break those two up because these guys are looking like colleague teammates out here, trying to.
Definitely trying to get that thing going and letting everybody in. Joe Stafford, everybody deciding to kind of take it a little bit easier, but back in the field, that's what we're going to watch. They're side by side. Some folks trying to make that run happen. The 23 of Austin Story, he can do it. He's locked in, but he's going to try and get a push on this outside. We saw it work before with Lauren Jones. We're going to see if Austin Story can duplicate it.
Locked in or not, man. A win at Daytona is win at Daytona. You see a couple cars getting squirrely back there. Was at the 15 having a moment there. Was that Kavaha Holt? I apologize if I butchered a name. We got the yellow's out again. We've got a problem of sorts on the racetrack. Not 100% sure what has brought out this caution.
That was Bob Nestor. Let me see if I can find
Bob Nestor had an issue.
Coming down to pit right now. Let's see what happened. This is after the wreck.
Oh, what's he doing in the grass?
There we go. We got the 41 gets down into the 12.
Contact.
Huge wreck. Did not see it. That's the 12 car.
Yeah.
Robert Nestor getting absolutely demolished there.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the 20 car, he gave a shot to the 41 there of Alan Hinson there. The 20, Devin Medeiros, gets into the back going into turn number 3. That's what ended up triggering this deal. It sends the 41. The 14 had a little bit of a checkup. Troy Hutchison, maybe it was just that big of a run that Hinson had on him. But I think a lot of things happened right there, and the 20 car just, had 0.02 seconds to react. Just tapped the 41, sends him down, and takes out four more cars here. The 63, who is that? That's Ward? Was that Ward? He had a time getting through this crash.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. Josh Ward, as we're going to see.
He's up top.
Just
yeah, that's a good onboard right there.
Oh man, good run by him. 63 and the 20 getting a little bit loose.
Man, that almost reminds me of Greg Biffle when he got around that 2012 Talladega crash. They're all wrecking in front of him coming up top, and he just skirts down to the bottom. Good job there by Josh Ward getting through that crash. An unfortunate deal for Bob Nestor getting a bump from the outside from Alan Hinson after a potential tap from the 20 car Devin Medeiros. Speedway happening, or super speedway racing happens quick. Apparently happens quicker than my mouth will move. So
Yeah, so Randy Spivey coming in. Raymond Root, your first place right now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk to... Who do I even want to bring in right now? Let's go ahead.
Bringing
And
the field filler, boys, or I don't know who you got lined up. If you got somebody, let's go.
Looks like Alan Henson's done. Let's bring in Alan Henson. Okay, we're going to talk to him. We got the window netting down. We're going to try and get a hold with the 41. Still got two laps to go here pacing. I'm surprised there's no takers on pit road.
Nah, you made your bet at this point. If you're lead lap car, it's a track position game from here on out.
There we go. Let's bring in Alan. All right, Alan, it's James and him in the booth, man. I know you had a hard hit there. Tell us what happened.
Yes, sir. I got a copy.
So tell us
It
about,
looked like the 14 might have had a big run up on him, and when you were coming up on him.
I can't hear you. They're talking there. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry about that. Looked like you had a big run up on the 14 going down in there in the 3, and then you got sideways and
Yeah,
and then ensued.
he brake checked the field really bad for some reason. Not sure why, but it's just a chain reaction there. We got our cars where we need them. We were making our moves, but yeah, it happens. I still got over a minute worth of damage on my car I can't get fixed at this time, so I'm just going to try to hang on, hope it don't overheat.
definitely. Well,
Yeah,
good luck.
No,
I know
this-
we're going into the
Yes, sir.
playoffs, and we'll send you back. Good luck, brother.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm way down on RPMs.
Here we go.
You
Alan
heard it from the
Henson.
man. Way down on RPMs. He's not happy about that.
The pace lights are off. See where we're at. We are coming around turn 3 and 4, door to door. Let's see what they decide to do. Raymond Root still leading. We'll see if he gets that jump. If it makes a difference for him. You know, you get that jump at a super speedway. It's not as beneficial as everywhere else.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think these teammates on the front row are going to try to line up, get together again, and push till the end of the race until they can fight it out for themselves. We'll see how it goes, though. Pace car is going to dive in. Green flag is out, and here we go. Can the 79 stay on the inside of Zach Rigger? Looks like he's actually going to be there. No! He just got cleared in front of him. They might have been bumping there. A little bit of separation now. The 79 is going to back up off of them, and now the leaders are separated just a little bit. You see that run starting to move up high? That's 48. They're not quite formulated. You got 5 cars up there at the top. It's starting to go 3 wide. 48 tries to move down to the bottom. He's going to block a little bit. The 2, or I'm not sure who that was. He smartly let off the gas, and wisely, I should say. 21, my bad. He wisely lets off the gas to prevent a problem. Side-by-side action here with Josh Ward and the 8 car of Warren Young. Yeah, those guys almost hit going through the corner here. Now nobody helping Young on the outside. These guys are single file. We got less than 20 laps to go at Daytona. Less than 50 miles. A little checkup on the inside. Josh Ward's going to take that chance to try to go to the top. He's in the back. He's got no help. But, now here comes a little bit more help. The 20 car. 20 car Devin Medeiros. He's going to try to give the 63 a little bit of push. They've got 5 cars lined up here on the outside, and they are close together. 48 cars trying to get up there and side draft him a little bit, but nothing doing for Jeff O'Rourke right now. He's trying to get that pull from the cars in front. These guys are getting racy. They're trying to make something happen.
Yeah,
you see a lot of times in the Cup Series.
Absolutely got to make something happen here. for these folks this late in the race. You know, it's the end of the season. You can't really hold anything back. You're trying to make it in.
Yeah. Yeah, this is it. Chips on the table, everything on the line. You see the 4 car is going to move up there. Bread Coffee. Now 2 more are moving up. The 23, Austin Story, and the 15, Kavaja Holt. Am I saying that right?
Kavaja.
Oh, a little bit of contact. Kavaja. Okay. I apologize. A little bit of contact there. The inside line's got a check up, and now a massive run for Kavaja Holt in the 15 car. Getting a little side draft from the 75, Charles Eaton. Now these guys are right up next to the wall. 23 trying not to get to his inside. They checked up a little bit behind him, and that's where you're going to see crashes. That's the biggest point. You even see it in the Cup race. That accordion effect. There's a big bump there from Holt to the 16, Seba Corns. Man, this is getting intense right now. This is insane.
Yeah, Seba Cornez side by side. He jumps up in front of Kavaja Holt and trying to make something happen there. Unfortunately, that checkup's going to cost him. But if they can organize and no more people bail
a little
on
checkup
the top
on the
line,
inside.
they're making a run on here.
Yeah,
Seba Cornez going to bring him up to the front if he can make something happen. See if anybody bails and tries to block that run and get involved in it. As Raymond Root, Zach Rinker, your top
Holt's
two
got to get
still.
right up. Oh, little bit of contact there. The 21 is going to save it. He's in the grass. He's coming back up. A little bit more contact. Holt is around. Not Holt, Ward around. The 20's around. That's going to have to bring out a caution. Big contact there for another car. The 18 of Jamie Knopf is going to be involved. A 3-car incident in the tri-oval. These guys just racing hard. The 21 unfortunately got a little bit sideways coming up off the corner. Might have gotten a bad bump. I didn't see totally what happened. But he tried to merge back into the track. Unfortunately clipped the grass and probably didn't have as much control over the car as he wanted to. Come up, just barely touched the 20 who slid up, tapped the 63. And man, that was just a tough deal. Those guys were working really well making the outside go. And yeah, we're going to take a look here. Yeah, coming up off of the grass, he was sideways. You could see he wasn't under control when he was coming back up on the track. That was just such slight contact, just a bad deal. And Josh Ward might get away with this. I don't know if he's going to hit the inside wall on pit lane. He's probably going to hit that wall on the inside. Unless he gets stopped up right away. Yep. That's a slight bit of contact there. And he might not be too bad, but the 20 car, Devin Medeiros, he got hit a couple times after getting turned sideways. And Jamie Knopf with nowhere to go. He came in at the tail end there. And it's just a tough deal. He's going to ride on the nose here with him. Smoke. Bounced off the wall and
got the 20 of Devin Medeiros, he was in a must-win situation. Devin was super unfortunate for him, just catching the bad end of that. Unlucky for Devin Medeiros.
And that's 2 incidents where he kind of got caught up in something that wasn't really his own doing. We heard Alan say earlier that the 14 was checking up in front of the field, and that was a bad deal. He didn't have time to react, and unfortunately rocked the 41 into the 14, I think, for that pileup, or into Bob Nestor. Now in this deal, literally just trying to get through the tri-oval, trying to get past this slow car coming up off the grass, and nowhere to go. You know, there's just nothing he can do. I don't want to say that. I don't know. And you're racing at Daytona. You got 15 to go. If you could stay in the pack, I'd have kept my foot in it too. Might not have been the smartest call, but I can't say I would have done anything different.
Yeah, got to try and make your way back up there.
Yeah.
Super.
Just a bad deal.
Got to try and win, right? Josh Ward, very unfortunate. Devin Medeiros, super unfortunate for him, but that's good for Randy Spivey. He's going to be able to come in, get some more damage fixed. Everybody else, with all these yellows, I don't know how that's going to do with their fuel mileage.
Everybody can make it.
So yeah,
I think at this point we've run almost 10 laps under caution, probably more than 10 laps. I think rocking high gear with low RPMs should have saved enough to. I would confidently say overtime. but I'm not an expert. I've lost these races this way too, so yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking these guys are going to be safe, but it is still just another unknown we're going to have to look at in the next 12 laps.
I'm going to talk with, let's bring in Kevin Rourke if I can find him. Jeff over. Kevin. Kevin, it's James and Liam in the booth. You got us.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, so out here trying to get as much points as possible. I'm not going to tell you where you are. I'm not going to jinx it, but what's your plan here trying to get in the playoffs?
Well, I mean, my plan got messed up early on. I just right now I'm just trying to survive and stay ahead of 22.
Yeah, so you got to stay ahead of that Randy Spivey by about 8, back about 8, but So tell us, how's the race going? Midfield there, you're up 16 positions so far in that beautiful Chevrolet. Tell us about the race.
Kind of mixed emotions. Been running pretty good all weekend long. Like I said, it kind of got bad qualifying, and then, like I said, just got caught up in that early wreck, got some damage, and then, just been trying to catch up ever since then.
Think any, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask, you think any fuel concerns are there for anybody? You think with all these yellows, everybody's good to make it?
Oh, I know I'm good. That's all I'm worried about right now.
Hell yeah, buddy. Appreciate you jumping in, joining us here. Looks like we're doubled up down the back straightaway, about to get the restart going, so thank you for your time.
All right, thanks, sir.
So that was Kevin Rourke, looking actually pretty good for the playoffs. He's got to get 10... Yeah, I think 8 spots above Randy Spivey.
Yeah, he was on the 8 behind Spivey as of right now. He is on the lead lap. He's sitting in 18th. Randy Spivey is actually right in front of him, sitting in 17th. So these guys are going to have a battle going on for the last 12 laps of the race, and I'm trying to talk. I'm just so excited. This is going to be great.
As the green flag is out, Raymond Root's going to take it. Zach Rinker on the outside. 12 to go here as they do it. Side by side, Zach Rinker and Matt Gaskins. We'll see what happens as everybody is go. Fast pedal down.
Matt Gaskins can make it, right? If he wins this race? Or was that somebody else? I might be wrong here.
No, Matt Gaskins trying to win his way into the playoffs. You are correct. So everything on the line for Matt Gaskins.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't see his name on here, but is it gonna be good? He's sitting in second place, right behind Ray Root. He's is it Ray or RJ? I see RJ, but
yeah, that is Raymond Root. Goes by RJ
Raymond
sometimes.
Root.
I always call him Raymond because
Okay.
that's what it says in SDK. But yeah, Raymond Root leading him. Matthew Gaskins lined up. 11 to go here, folks. Back on. Nothing matters for these guys. They've got to just run, get as many points as possible. Raymond Root trying to get those playoff bonus points. Let's see what he can make happen here as we are going out of 1 and 2. Matthew Gaskins trying to line that up. What's your play here if you're Matt Gaskins?
Man, it's tough to move out right now. You've got more than 10 to go. You got about 10 to go, 11 to go this time by. You don't want to make your move too soon. And I hate to pull that whole choo-choo train move, but when you're running second here and you see how slow you are when you lose that draft and you don't have that help, he's either got to wait for the outside line to formulate behind him and make that run, take the lead that way, or he's going to have to wait for the last lap and try to back up and hope that the guy behind him isn't thinking the same thing and pulls a run on him. It's nerve-wracking, man. It's nerve-wracking if you're Root in the first place. It's nerve-wracking if you're Matt Gaskin here in second place. And we heard from the field filler guys, these cars do start to slide when you get laps on the tires, you get heat on them. It's gonna be wild. These guys made their bed, about lap 50 something, 60. So
The push in here, Raymond Root, Matt Gaskins. Of course, remember, Raymond Root and Zach Rinker are teammates, so the only one with help is Raymond Root and Zach Rinker. Everyone else for themselves. Ryan Samuelson's in that first group as well, so field filler has 3 cars in the top 10. We'll see if that comes into play. As we talked
11
to Kevin
cars.
Ward.
Sorry. Got 11 cars in this lead pack here. It's got a race on our hands. The other guys are dropping back. A lot of damaged cars here. That's probably going to change the race up between guys like Kevin Rourke and Randy Spivey. Kevin Rourke running 20th right now, Spivey in 17th, about 4 seconds difference between them. More than likely, that gap will increase with just the way that this played out so far.
Yeah, but Kevin Rourke, he's got a little bit of help there as we're focusing back there, because Kevin Rourke is on the bubble, trying to make as many spots as possible. He's got to get 30 spots in front of Steve Dardaris, and right now Steve is in 36th. So Kevin Rourke, if he can make it up to, well, 6th, but trying to get his spots up there and get as many points as possible, maybe get lucky, get himself in there. But let's go back up front with Raymond Root and Matt Gaskins, because Matt Gaskins can be heartbreak here for everybody if he gets a win. And I know Steve Dardarius, is rooting for him, because he is all but locked in if Steve makes it and knocks out everybody behind him.
I'm hearing you sound a little funky. I'm not sure if that's for everybody or if it's just me. So just keep that in mind. Maybe chat. Let us know if we sound funny. But we got 7 laps to go here at Daytona. This doesn't get any better than this. We've got a fantastic show coming for you. We've got a couple guys who could win and get in up here in the top 10. Notables, we talked about Matt Gaskins. We got Ryan Samuelson trying to get a win here as well. There's probably a few other guys. I'm not totally sure who's eligible yet. But not that yet matters, because this is the last race before the playoffs. Guys start to slide up a little bit. That Cheetos car in the back there, that's Lauren Jones in the 11. They don't have a problem making a move up top. They were rocking the outside line, and yeah, you get a good push going up there. These guys can really make something happen.
Yeah, and I feel like we're going to be talking a lot moving forward, so we're going to go ahead and get our sponsors in. Davis Brothers Roofing, of course, here in the greater Tennessee area. Get them some residential, commercial roofing. They got you. Of course, also Buttkicker sponsors this league, the winner of the regular season. And after playoffs, those not in playoffs, will be competing for a Buttkicker, so a little bit of incentive for them. As well, of course, Outkast Sim Paints. They painted Raymond Root's vehicle. Got a car getting real high.
Yeah, that was had me concerned for a second. I thought he was either smacking the wall or going around. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. So 5 to go. Buttkicker, as well, like I said, Davis Brothers Roofing and Neville Insurance Group. Neville, you can check them out if you have insurance. They do the Midwest, I believe, but you got their ad earlier. Major's Garage, a new sponsor. They sponsor some good setups. Get some free setups at Major's Garage, and you can also have your league sponsored by them as well. They'll come in and help you get broadcasted if you're interested in that. They put Major's Garage up there. So there we go. That's pretty much everybody. Timeless Designs as well. Can't forget about them. As we got 4 to go here. Everybody racing. Raymond Root trying to get his 6th win of the season.
Man, he's had a dominant win. He's, like I said, he's got 5 wins. He's got more playoff points than anybody else so far. This would put him at 30. Doesn't have the regular season championship, but that's okay. He's going to have 30 playoff points going into this thing versus guys who might not have any. We got a move coming down the back straightaway here. It looks like Samuelson's going to give a push to the 75 of Eaton and try to make something happen up top.
Teammate Zach Rinker coming out with him. He's going to get pushed. 75 Charles Eaton, Zach Rinker, and Ryan Samuelson up top. Try and get up to their teammates there.
8 cars have a chance to win it. We got 3 to go. There's
contact. Together.
One sideways. Lauren Jones has saved it through the grass so far. An incredible save, but unfortunately that's going to take Jones out of the chance of winning a race. We got 3 cars that broken away. 4 more. Can they get back up there? Currently the lead is Raymond Root. Matt Gaskin sitting in second. He's got 1 guy behind him, Joe Stafford, who could help him. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Those 4 guys behind him trying to get lined up. Zach Rinker, Ryan Samuelson, Charles Eaton. Yeah. Those guys trying to get back up to the front here. Coming to 2 laps to go here at Daytona. Man, you got to play it perfect. If you're Matt Gaskin in second, teammate for Raymond Root is coming up on the outside. He's going to try to get, the 57, rather, try to get up in front of him. Now there's only one car in between Raymond Root and Zach Rinker, teammates, trying to play the colleague game here with Matt Gaskin, guy who needs to win this race to get in. A lap and a half to go at Daytona, coming up off of turn 2. A look outside. Samuelson's a teammate. Samuelson's a teammate as well. If he needs to win this race to get in, do the teammates help him?
Yeah, Raymond Root, Ryan Samuelson locked in. Zach Rinker, I think. Out
Samuelson's in. My bad.
Yeah, but Matthew Gaskins, that's the show, guys. They're blocking behind him. Zach Rinker and Ryan Samuelson.
Teammates. Little bump. We're going to take the white, though. This is it, boys. 6 cars have a chance to win it.
Oh!
This thing. Caution. Not caution. There's contact across the line. No caution. It's Samuelson's out. We got 2 cars with a chance to win now. Zach Rinker, I think, has maybe lost the draft. I don't know what you can do if your Gaskins here. RJ Root might be in the best seat in the house here. He's going to have to try to lay off and make a run on him. But that's going to be tough with that bubble we mentioned earlier. These guys running down the back straightaway. He's got a couple of car lengths between him. He's trying to get that run. He's moving up top. He's getting close. Can he get a little bit of side draft? Can he get a little bit of run? Doesn't look like it's going to happen. He moves up to the top, trying to get what he can. He's got momentum. He's looking low. Not going to be enough, though. Here comes Raymond Root. 6th win of the year comes at Daytona to finish the regular season. Let's go.
Oh, super unfortunate. Matt Gaskins not able to make us. We're wrecking coming across the line at 48 of Jeff O'Rourke.
No problems. The race isn't over for everybody. Oh, man, that's a heartbreaker for Matt Gaskins. He did everything he could there. There was just no help. Unfortunately, those guys, I think, coming across the line, taking the white, spinning out, it probably killed a chance of making a big run at the lead. I think once that happened, Raymond Root had it signed, sealed, and delivered right there. He takes home the win, and that number 69, is that SRM on that car?
That's a Sim Racing Media car, Raymond Root's
Look at that.
right there. He's going to come down, do his donuts. Playoff picture did not change with that, folks. Fantastic.
No, not at all.
Ooh.
Well, I mean, I don't know what the playoff bubble looks like, but obviously this win doesn't change how anything goes. But 30 playoff points going to the 69 team. Mr. Root here has got himself a fantastic cushion to the guys at the back as they move into the next couple weeks, focusing on these playoff races, looking at eliminations.
And Joe Stafford coming down pit road. Joe Stafford, your regular season points champion. So congratulations to Joe Stafford. He's not going to come in there. He's got some work to do. He's going to come in, work on that car, and try and come in here and work on the playoffs. So we got Raymond Root, Matt Gaskins, and Zach Rinker, your top 3. As Raymond Root's going to burn it down here, we'll have to ask him. I don't know if he's got 5 or 6 wins. On my end, he's got.
I was seeing 25 playoff points, so I assumed that he already had 5. I might be incorrect. I'm a rookie here. So, feel free to direct any mistakes made at me personally. No, I'm kidding. I'm just glad I was able to be a part of this amazing race. I mean, we saw these guys do everything. You start off just waiting. You saw green flag pit stops happening. We had one incident, and cautions breed cautions, and everybody going for the same space on the track, same plot of real estate. It definitely got wild. Daytona's narrow. It's tough. See teammates sitting next to each other here on the front straightaway, celebrating together. They worked together for most of that whole race. They got separated at the end, but in the end, there was nothing that anybody could do to pass that 69 there, Raymond Root.
Definitely. So we're going to go ahead and pull in Zach Rinker. Zach, congratulations on the 3rd place finish there. Tell us about those final laps.
That was pretty chaotic there for the aero package we're dealing with tonight. I don't really know what happened those last few laps.
It really was. I mentioned just before you jumped in, you guys did everything tonight. I mean, you started off the race. You guys, a lot of guys running single file. You go through a green flag pit cycle. You have a caution come out, and kind of after that, everything changed. When did you kind of feel the demeanor on track shift to, we're riding to we've got to go for this?
Pretty much once we started getting those cautions, I think everyone kind of started to realize that the race is winding down, and they gotta start getting some track position because you can't really make that the last lap run like you can in the truck and Xfinity car. So I think once that started happening and bunched the field back up, just everyone kind of just went for it pretty
Mhm.
much.
You and Ray had run pretty strong all night. You guys were 1-2 for a good portion of that race after the first green flag pit stop there. Did you ever have any concern with fuel? I know when you had pitted under that not last caution, but there was caution about 33 to go, and I thought if we get yellows, they'd be good. But I don't know. Any
Yeah,
concern?
that last stop there is pretty a little tight on fuel. Luckily, those few cautions there helped us in the window. So a little bit left at the end for a burnout or two.
There you go, man.
So I don't got anything. Who you want to shout out? Who's on that car?
I don't have anyone on the car tonight. But Ryan's the team owner. Let me join this team in the league, and we're running up front this week.
Yeah, buddy, you brought that bullet bill through the field.
Yeah.
It's good to see. Exciting stuff.
Thank you.
All right, Zach. Well, congratulations again on that third place finish, and hopefully we'll see you in here next week as the playoffs start.
Hey, hopefully we'll be back.
Hell yeah, man. Good luck, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, next I'm looking for Matt Gaskins, but can't find him anywhere. Matt, if you're listening, go ahead and just pop in the chat. Get to talk to you. Go ahead and bring in RJ Root. RJ, first of all, I know you're not feeling well. We'll try and keep this very brief, but pulling out the W, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, James.
So tell us about that last lap and how important it was for that wreck to break everybody up behind you.
Well, we kind of knew with the amount of tape that we had on the car and how trimmed out it was. I didn't think anybody was going to be able to pass me as it was, but seeing everybody wreck behind me just kind of secured it for me.
Yeah, it was definitely a big deal to kill any runs that happened behind you. You and your teammate Zach, you guys worked together the whole race. Did you have any sort of concern when you guys got broken up there on that late restart when Gaskins got to the inside?
I had a little bit of concern, being that he dropped back to fourth. If he could have dropped back to third, I think we would have been golden. But we were kind of just praying for another caution, and it all ended up working out. I mean, he still got third, and I still got the win.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a dominating performance by you. I don't think you lost the lead after you took it off pit road. So congrats to you. Appreciate you joining us here. I know you're not feeling well, but what can make you feel better than winning at Daytona under the lights?
Getting a big glass of apple juice after this.
Ooh, buddy. Gotta get those fluids.
Well, RJ, just let us know, man. If you need anything, holler at me, brother. I know you're going through, got a little taste of the COVID right now, but good luck to you on that battle, and hopefully we'll see you in your next.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, buddy. Stay safe. Feel better.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and do RJ's sponsor shout out. Look at that beautiful car. RJ, this is running SRM. We picked up. RJ is one of the only cars I've ever sponsored, and it's paid off. He has won 3 races for us, and we very much love that paint job. If you like that paint job, it's Outkast Sim Paints. That's the company he runs. He also sponsored some of the leagues, so give him a shout out for sure, and Hawks Motorsports on there as well. So guys, we appreciate you. Liam, very fantastic job, brother. Fantastic job on the race.
Yeah, I felt a little nervous at first, but you see some good racing going on in front of you. I mean, the show almost it speaks for itself. It's pretty cool to just watch a good race, be able to talk about it, and I hope everybody else enjoyed. Definitely still learning, try to get names down. But yeah, I appreciate you having me, being able to be around. This has been a blast.
Definitely. We'll have you next week too, right?
Yes, sir. I plan on it.
Hey, well, if you could go ahead, check. Tell me what's on the schedule real quick. You can check in. I think they have a link in their Discord, and we'll talk about that after I go ahead and run through your results for tonight. Your overall results. First, we got Raymond Root with Field Filler Racing. Matt Gaskins in second. Zach Rinker finishing up in third. Austin Story almost making it in fourth. Fifth is Joe Stafford. Sixth, Daniel Simmons. Seventh, Rob Tracy. Eighth, Tony Burt. 9, Kavaja Holt making his comeback, working himself into the playoffs. Charles Eaton rounding out your top 10. In 11th, we've got Jeff O'Rourke, Barrett Coffey, Seba Cornez, Lauren Jones, and Ryan Samuelson finishing that last lap wreck in 15th. He's got a couple wins, though. He's not worried about it, trying to help out his teammates, just race to the end there. Warren Young in 16th, Randy Spivey 17th, Dave Regal in 18th. Finishing behind Dave Regal is going to be Alan Henson with the Outlaws. Kevin Rourke in miles per gallon racing, or MPG racing. Devin Medeiros 21st, Marty Roberts 22nd, Thomas Neal 23rd, Chad Sander 24th, Robert Nestor 25th, Troy Hutchison 26th, John S. Bawalda Jr. 27th, Jamie Knopf 28th, Josh Ward 29th, 30th, Chris Claude, Rory Stanzel 31st, Derek Jacobs 32nd, Jarrett Phillips 33rd, 34th, Benjamin Harp 35th, Steve Dardarius, Matt Baker starting and parking there in 36th, Donnie Gatton the same at 38th, Nicholas Breidenbach and Adam Williams hopping in there as well. That's going to round it out, guys, here for your Davis Brothers Roofing 200 at Daytona SuperSpeedway. So you do your homework. Where are we at next week?
Yeah, next week we're going to be running Darlington here for 7:30 Central Time once again. First race of the playoffs, and that one's going to be it's going to be a blast. I mean, Darlington's so narrow. These guys are going to have those things trimmed out with a low downforce package, so probably some good sliding. After that, we go to Richmond and then Bristol for an elimination race. That's always going to be chaotic. I mean, these cars are tough to drive when you get so high bank, close to the wall there. Vegas after that, we got Dega, Roval for another elimination race. It's another chaotic event. Showed up at Texas. We got Kansas, Martinsville to decide who's going to Phoenix to run for a championship.
There you go, folks. That's going to round it out, if I believe. Looking at these points, I've got them pulled up right now. I'll put them up front and center.
Yeah, the most important thing about that whole list is that we have racing every week until November the 7th. So it's going to be a good time.
It's going to be a blast. So
no more weeks off.
Yeah, there you go. As we are running here at Sunday Night NASCAR, folks. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to like, share, all that good stuff. Otherwise, we appreciate you checking in and watching these drivers race for you. Take a look at your top 16 there. They are, barring any mistakes on my math, which is very possible, this is your playoff picture. So be sure and check us out next week. Same time, same place. Said we're going to be at Darlington.
Yep, Darlington. We got the Southern, probably 250, but yeah, we got a good show coming.
There we go. So, folks, I appreciate you sticking around with us. We're going to let you go, and as always, we'll see you next week.